Hi there, I'm Sophie Jury, creator of the Ultimate Diary Planner, and I am here to show you through what's inside. So this is the 2019 Diary Planner. This is the Cherish design, and this is the A5, and I also have with me the exec size in the Love design. So you can see size-wise, they are not massively different, but the exec does just give that little bit of extra space for those of you that want a little bit more space in your planning. So what's inside? Let me show you. You can see on the front, we've got a little bookmark. Now this is a clip in, clip out bookmark, which means that it's been made especially for this diary planner, and it has printed on here, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And then you've got 05, 06, 07, 08. So the 1, 2, 3s and the little lines is your ruler, and the 05, 06, 07 is the times. That is because it's been designed to put next to your day layout, so you can turn it into an agenda if you so choose. So each line becomes half an hour. So you can start it at 5 in the morning, you could start it at midday, whatever works for you and your schedule. And then of course it's a fantastically useful tool to find your place immediately when you need to within your diary planner. So back to the front, we have got an elastic band going around here, and this year, so last year we had it riveted in. It was our first year with elastic last year, 2018. This year we have it with a little tag. So if at any point you have any issues, we can replace those tags for you. And or if you wanted to use a different colour, you could replace it, you could buy yourself, you could use your own, you could make your own. So you've got a little bit more leeway there with how you want your elastic to work for you and your planner. It's also got the plastic covers, as we have had before, polypropylene, which are thick enough and slightly see-through, so you still get the nice design there, but it also gives you a little bit of protection when it's being carried about in your handbag or wherever you want to take your planner. Once we get into the planner, you have a little page which explains a bit more about what you've got with the inside pages. You then have some of the sections at the front, which are things like this. So we have where am I now? So when it comes to your business or your life, it's really great to have a good, clear idea of where you are right now, so that then you know you can look at where you want to get to and you can then work towards that. Because if you don't know where you are now, then it's really difficult to create a plan to get where you want to go. We also have the I deserve it section, which is all about trying to recognise you and what you deserve to create this year, and also the rules that you're going to play to for the upcoming year. So this year I will, and this year I will not, and that could be things like accept working with people who don't fill me with joy, or I will only work with people who I love, or I will have lots more time with my friends. Whatever it is, it's going to be your rules for the year. We also have a values wheel here. The how are you feeling when it comes to the different areas, important areas of your life and work, and then you can see where you need to give a little bit of TLC this year. We also have memorable moments, which is a space where you can celebrate those nice things that give you joy throughout the year and write down at least one thing each month that brings you joy. We then have a new, that's new for this year. We also have another new page here, which is time for your big goals. So this is a smart goal setting page for you to work on one specific goal that you really want to make happen this year. And there are questions there to guide you through that process to make it more likely for you to make it happen. We also have a vision board, which means that you've got a space there going back to your wheel to figure out how you, what areas you need to give some TLC. You can plan in some goals in those areas to help you get there. We also have a monthly goals and review page. Now this is all about trying to get you to set one main goal for each month, and then to review that goal as you go. So you have a section here for implement, result and feedback. So the idea is that you are honest with yourself and write down how well you implemented your plan to achieve that goal, what results you got, and then the feedback on that. and I'll tell you more about that in a video which is specifically for that section. We then have the week planner, which is all about planning out your perfect week. Or maybe you have set things that you do each week, so you could write that in there as your kind of main master week schedule, because that's the one copy of that in the planner. We then have the stats tracker, which is all space this time, so you can write in what works for you, because we did used to have Facebook, YouTube followers, that sort of stuff, but actually lots of people use it for different things. So you might want to track, so this is January through to December, you might want to track anything there. You could track your profit, your turnover, the number of followers you have, the inches around your waist that have been increasing or decreasing. You could track your macros, your calories, anything you potentially like, your number of steps, anything like that. You can track it in there and you can see how you've done over the time as the months go past. We also have a scheduling tracker here. So this one is designed to, so along here, it runs from January through to December. So that's designed, for example, if you were blogging and you wanted to schedule in one blog a month, then you could write the blog here and then you could just tick as you've done it. So it means when you're batching work, you can keep track of it and you haven't got to then look through it all and figure out where you got to. There's also one here which is for weekly one. So this is for monthly, this is for weekly. So if you had to do something once a week, you could tick it off as you go there. And then there's also one here for every day, for that kind of big thing you want to work at. There's also the kind of bucket list page, if you will, your kind of to-do lists, things you want to do this year. Books to read is already in there, because I really do think reading books is a great thing, whether you listen to them on Audible or you read them in good old-fashioned paperback. There's also lots of other space there for you to put in whatever you want. So that could be places you want to visit, people you want to see, experiences you want to do, stuff you want to try, work you need to do, or anything that you want to do can go into that box. Then we have the 12-month planner, which is spread over the 2 days in that format. So that's 12 blocks, January to December, where you can map out what is going on for you during those months at a glance. We then, for the first time this year, have also got the 12-month planner in a 52-week format, which is really helpful when you're planning out, especially for your self-employed or business people, for planning out what your focus is going to be each week, or if there's something that you want to do each week. It's great for planning that out in there. We also have the whole year as individual days as well. So you can track or plan, see your whole year as detailed or as kind of big picture as you want in the planner. We have that for 2019 and we also have it for 2020 back at the back of the book as well, the same 3 sections. Then we kick into the main structure of the planner. You'll see that each month we have a blank page and then we have the starting quote for the next month, which then when you turn the page, in December you don't get it because we start a little bit early, because who really wants to wait till the beginning of January to have to get into their new planner? So this one starts on Monday the 10th of December. So that runs through, but when we get to, so January and every month from there follows on in this format. You have a month planner like this. So on this page, we have your turnover and profit. So it's a target and achieved boxes. So this is all about kind of reviewing and goal setting for the next month. And there's lots of spare boxes here. So if you've got a target that you want to work towards, it could be number of sales, number of steps, number of calls, number of points. It can be anything that you're working towards. It could be a weight target that you want to target. You can write it in here. You can write what your target is. And then at the end of the month, you can look back and you can write down and what your achievement was. And then you can have obviously a review from that. We've also got a few other things here. So the most important tasks for the 4 weeks of the month. And then also main things I want to achieve this month, top 3. My top health and wellness goals for this month. My top personal goals for this month, and the things that made me happy last month. Something that is new for 2019 is this new section here. What daily action will I commit to and why is this action important? This is in there because consistency really is at the crux of any sort of success, especially long-term success and happiness, really. If you want to get good at something or get really good results with something, the consistency of action in some format is going to be your secret ingredient to that. So committing to an action is a really nice one to add into there. Then you'll have your month at a glance, which is like this. So you've got a little date block there so you can see what's coming up, and then your month is all laid out there so you can add in what you need. If you're wondering what about dates or that could be pre-filled in here, we've decided to leave it blank for you this year because we have such a range of people that buy these planners now that we felt it was more useful for you to have it blank so you can put your own important ones in rather than relying on us to kind of dictate which ones might be important to you. So what we're doing is on the Facebook page, if you follow that, every month we're adding in the upcoming months, the dates and events that are relevant that are coming up, and we've also created a document that you can download with all the months for 2019 as well in one place, so that you can sit down one merry half an hour and just jot those dates in there for yourself. Then into the main section of the planner. So I'm actually going to turn to a different month so you get a different background, just because I can. So here we are in July. So a lovely blue beachy background. So every month has got a different colour background. Keep it a bit fresh. So on these week pages, we again this is the 5th year of making these now, so we feel like we've really got to a point now where these bits work really well. We've got the 3 boxes up here which can be used for different things. So it could be important things that are happening today. It could be your 3 most important tasks that you need to do today. Again, it's blank so that you can use it for what works for you. These boxes here, these 4 boxes, these are slightly different, and you'll see that the lines in between them are slightly different to these. That's just to give it a little, distinguish it a little bit from those. Now, the reason I designed that is for planning out your day. So the first line indicates breakfast, the second line lunch, and the third line dinner. So it'd be kind of pre-breakfast, morning, afternoon, and evening. And what I use that for is I will write in if I've got a call or an appointment or something happening. So that's my kind of time area, because for me personally, I don't have a lot of things that are based around appointment times. It's more to-do lists and actions. So that's why that works well for me. But for other people who may be more agenda based, that's when your trusty bookmark comes in, and then you can turn these sections into a timed agenda if you wish. As for the last few years, we have colour coded our little to-do boxes, and obviously they've got little ticks there. So initially it was designed with an idea of a traffic light system, in that green is your top priority, amber being, which is yellow because these are semi-transparent versions of the colours, amber being your kind of middle priority and red being your low priority. But we have people use these for all sorts of different things. Some people use them for work, home and family. Some people use them for calls, emails and actions. I mean, literally the world is your oyster for how you decide to use that space. Then we have a little box at the bottom here. Again, we used to put things like what am I grateful for today or what's for dinner on these, but we decided to leave it blank so that you have the space to use it for what works for you. We have people use them for all sorts of things. If they're network marketers, they put in things like how many points they got that day or what calls they made. We have people put in what they're going to have for dinner, their gratitude. Some people do tarot card readings or daily affirmations. All sorts of things get put in this little box here. So it's yours to use for what you wish. You'll also find a merry little positive quote in the corner. You'll find quotes all the way through this book because we love a good quote. And then you'll also find nice space for notes down here. So there's plenty of space for notes. And at the end of each month, you'll also find a double page spread for notes as well. So when you get to the end of the month, you'll have that double page, and then when you turn it over for the quote bit, there's another page. So you'll actually get 3 blank pages every month for your notes. So there's plenty of space to keep all those important jottings in one place. Last thing really is at the back, you have important dates and important people, and they've been moved here so you can write down those important things that you need to keep to hand. Then at the very back of the book, you will find a plastic pocket. In fact, there's a little popped out little bit in there, look, which I can fish out. hiding in there. So, but it shows you, so it's a really nice sturdy plastic pocket that you can keep things in. Handy for receipts and business cards and just stuff that you want to keep to hand. So that is that in a nutshell. That is your 2019 Ultimate Diary Planner. And the exec is the same. The only difference is the size. You get the bookmark as well, and that still works the same. So all of these sections are still the same. The only difference really is on the week sections is there's obviously more space. It's a wider book, so you get more space in the columns, and there's also another box that you'll find here for you to write your extra bits and bobs in. But in a nutshell, everything else is the same. It's just that little bit bigger. For those of us that like a little bit more room. I am an exec planner kind of gal. And if you are interested in a matching notebook, we have those as well, and this is what they look like. So if you were, and again, this is the difference. You've got the exec size, which is the bigger one, and then you've got the A5, which is the smaller one. They're exactly the same inside. This one's just bigger, and obviously it's designed to match your planner, so you can have your 2019 colours and your 2019 notebook for all your scribbles for this year all in one matching place. So you'll see we've got 3 absolutely gorgeous coloured ribbons. When you open it up, you've got a little please return it to page. Then you have an index where you can keep track of what you've written on each page. I have a tendency to write little things on tabs and put them along here, but actually this is a really handy way to find your place. And of course you do have the ribbons to find those places that you're working on right now. And then every page in it is this layout. So we have blank on one side and lined on the other, and then there's just a little flourish in the corners just to give it a little bit more of a prettiness. And that is that. It's a really nice 100-gram paper, so it's nice and thick, and they are a really lovely quality notebook. And these are available in all the colours that are available that we have in the design. So which one are you going to choose? That is the question. This is my one for this year, but there's a lovely range for you to choose from. So I hope that covers all of your questions for what you'll find inside these planners. Next thing to do is to click the buy button, or potentially share it with somebody else you know who would love one of these as well. As always, if you've got any questions, get in touch either via the website contact or social media, and we will do our absolute best to help you. Not forgetting, of course, that we have the fantastic Ladies That Plan Facebook group, which is completely free to be part of, where you can ask questions, get help and support with your planning and productivity, and of course just general life stuff too, and connect with other lovely ladies that plan, people who are interested in stationery and planning and getting stuff done and creating a life and a business that they love. Catch you on another video very soon. Bye bye.